do it.
Podcast banter.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh, you're messing up my very
nice... I don't know what you're talking about.
Tuck the fucking corner in.
You plebe.
I went out of my way to take a bed sheet set and make it into a couch cover. That's arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Hello, unassuming people of the internet. It's November 3rd, 2013, and this is episode 1 of the TENFENITY podcast. Alright, so starting with my left, state your name and your favorite generation of Pokemon.
I'm Noah, and my favorite generation would be second, so Gold, Silver.
And my name is Garrett, and my favorite generation is the good old classic Generation 1, so like red, blue, yellow.
Alright, and I'm Ben, and I'm going cheat, because my favorite generation... I guess you could say it's 3, but only because of Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes of Generation 1. Because I don't know shit about Generation 3 beyond that.
I have no clue.
Every time I'm watching somebody play Pokemon in Emerald or whatever, and something pops up on the screen, I become a 50-year-old man. And I'm like, the fuck is this bullshit? What's this Polymer Whimsir bullshit?
I didn't play like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald when they came out. I got a free copy that a friend of mine's sister found on the floor at the flea market down the road.
Wow.
The battery had died in it, so like it still saved and everything, but like the clock, the internal clock, stuff like that, wouldn't work.
So it was always midnight?
No, it was like
you could never feed your Mogwai or whatever?
It was like always day or something like that. But
perpetual day.
Yeah.
I never really played any Pokemon games. I feel bad for it because everyone's like, "Oh, what about all these Pokemon? They're great," and I'm like, I guess I actually have Black and I've never touched it once, and I kind of feel bad about it.
I have Black and I made myself play it for a few hours, and I just couldn't fucking do it anymore. It was I just couldn't tolerate it.
I don't even remember which one I think I have White. And
I guess we could
because I got to like the second gym and that was about as far as I got.
Guess we could talk about X and Y, which I'm the only one of us that has it, aren't I?
Yeah.
I guess I could sit and talk about X for 2 hours while I stare at both of you, and every time you try to talk, I go...
Jesus Christ!
So X is a lot better than Black and White. Like, anyone who was turned off of Pokemon by Black and White, and I don't even know Black and White 2, I assume they're just as bad. But...
I really don't even know what they changed.
X, I've only played it up through the first gym, but it's a lot better. Put it this way, if you like older generation Pokemon, you immediately start catching them. In the very first area where you can catch Pokemon, I encountered a Pidgey, a Zigzagoon, a Bidoof, Caterpies and Weedles, along with some new Pokemon, including this little bird that when he evolves, he becomes like a Firehawk. It's like Moltres Jr.
Jesus Christ.
Then when I walked into the first woods, I caught all 3 of the elemental monkeys that you get from Black and White.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm fucking bebopping and scatting. And I got my Fennekin, which is goddamn adorable, that I had to restart the game 31 times to get a female Fennekin.
Jesus.
That's ridiculous.
I think it goes off the your main character's gender, doesn't it? I think it tries to match it, I thought.
Does it?
That's
what is
I
that supposed
saw.
to mean, huh? What's this bigotry?
Oh, every time I've ever played, it's like I always got a male because I chose to be like the male character.
Aren't males a lot more No, because when I was playing Fire Red with Levi, everything I catch is fucking female. So I don't know.
It's just random.
I thought most Pokemon were 50-50.
I had to watch. You have like 5 rivals in this game, and you had to go through this because I saved right before you get your Pokemon. There's these 2 guys, this big fat dude who's like, yo, 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 big fat guy, and then this little nerdy guy who reminds me of Brief from Panty and Stocking because he has like red hair and he's always very nervous.
As far as you can never see his eyes.
They're the ones that give you your Pokemon because they went and talked to Professor fucking Birchtree. I have no idea. I cannot remember what his name is.
It's some other tree.
Sycamore Jones or something. Professor Weeping Willow Johnson. But
Professor Redwood, he's as tall as a tree!
And then from the town you started in, you have these 2 female neighbors. I assume they're both girls next door. One of them is the, oh, Pokemon are adorable, let's be good friends. And the other one is just like, hey, I'm going to be cool and Pokemon.
Oh.
And you have to go through this little dialogue with them to get your damn Pokemon, where they give you a nickname, which is cool. Because I named my character Ben, because that's my name, spoilers. But when they choose your nickname, you get 3 choices. I think it was like Big B, Lil B, and Dr. B. But you can pick your own. So I made my nickname Tenfey. So they call me Tenfey, and I'm always like, don't call me Tenfey.
You baka.
Baka. But you have to go through that whole thing, and then they give you your Pokemon, and then I could check it. And there was that fucking male symbol every time. Normally I don't care, but the evolutions of Fennekin look so effeminate that I couldn't tolerate having a male one. So maybe that's just me. Maybe that just reflects badly on me.
No, I can totally see that.
I just realized we went into this. I was like, Pokemon X is the best. And I was like, until you have to restart it 30 times. And you just hear me tearing my copy in half in the background.
Jesus Christ.
You hear glass break as I throw myself out the window to my death with
We're
it.
just crying over here.
But improvements, it's 3D. So you're not a little chibi sprite dude. It's like, kind of like, looks like a primitive Animal Crossing or something. You can move in 8 directions. And in the second town you go to, you get roller skates. And goddamn, aren't you hooked up? Because if you walk with the cross pad, you walk. But if you use the analog stick, your guy just starts skating like a maniac, like blades of steel.
Yeah, I actually played my brother's copy of the game just for a bit because I was riding with him when we were going around town. And I just noticed the 3DS was in the back seat with me, and I turned it on, and I was like, I went and just moved the analog stick, and all of a sudden I just started just flying like a rocket. And I just shot into the city, and I'm like, the city's not top down. How can I find all these buildings? And I'm like, it's like I'm really playing Pokemon.
No, it just hit the mic. That's it.
I stepped on the mic stand.
Podcast over.
God damn it.
It was a good run. This is welcome to the Tenfei 5-minute podcast. Actually, we've been going for 6 minutes.
Oh wow.
Other improvements. It's fun to play.
That counts. That's a good one.
They have like an XP share.
I haven't gotten to the. I think it's called XP All. But do you know about this, Garrett?
Something with this sharing. Like your lead Pokemon like has an item.
Yeah, so you can finally just because you know how Pokemon games are. You have a starter and then you catch a fucking Rattata and you're like fucking Rattata and a Pidgey and you tape them together to make Pidgeotata. But then you just use your starter for everything and your starter gets like 20 levels above everything else and you have to do. I hate putting a Pokemon into a battle, pulling him out, putting another one in, winning, getting that first Pokemon experience. So yeah, I haven't played a lot. I'll get to the reason why I haven't played a lot later. Because we meant to, after we introduced ourselves, I meant to ask everyone how their week is going and what you've been up to, because that's supposed to be the little beginning part.
Right.
But then somehow, because the opening question was Pokemon.
Yeah, it sparked a heated debate.
So we'll go in order just like we introduced ourselves. So Noah, anything this week? Anything you want to talk about? Get off your chest?
Played a lot of fucking Payday 2 last night.
So apparently these people had a marathon, an 8 or 9 hour Payday 2 marathon.
Yeah, because it's the Halloween update, which is only good till like tomorrow. So we were just trying to run through and get a bunch of shit for that.
Fight the Headless Horseman, get his mount.
Oh, I remember doing that shit.
Yeah.
God, don't get us started on WoW already. We'll never stop.
Do you remember any of the Headless Horseman's quotes, his rhyming quotes?
He had a ton of them. My sister actually, I don't know how she does it, but she can quote everything he says, and it's like "Cry out for mercy, the reckoning has come." That's what's other.
We'll use Noah as our everyman plot character. Do you know anything about the Headless Horseman in World of Warcraft?
Fuck no.
So this is so we can tell the people listening about it. It's one of the cool things about WoW because I've played WoW off and on since it came out, and I was playing during Halloween, and I didn't know about the Headless Horseman. He's this character that attacks the starting towns of the different races and does a little event where he sets buildings on fire, and you have to form a bucket brigade to put the fire out, and you get items. But he has this booming, horrifying voice, and you hear it through the entire zone, and he taunts you in rhyme. So I had made a new blood elf or some stupid bullshit, and I was running around. I was like, I'm gonna pick the peace greens or whatever the fucking called. I don't even remember.
Peace blue.
Yeah, of course. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm the horseman. I'm gonna get you. I don't know why I started with that because you can't rhyme "get you" with anything. But as soon as that started, I was like, what is happening? My game is haunted. It became creepypasta. There's hyper-realistic blood, and I was like, this must just be a glitch. I'm gonna keep playing.
Oh god!
I can't take my copy of WoW back to GameStop.
I got it off of Amazon.
It's weird because this last Halloween they actually gave the Headless Horseman lore now, and so he's not just like a guy that kind of happens to be there around Halloween. They gave him a whole story where he was like a Scarlet Crusader, which is like these crazy people that just want to kill undead all day, every day.
And everyone else too. They're like the Aryan Nation of WoW.
Yeah,
because aren't they all just humans?
Yeah, it's only humans are allowed.
Human only.
But he was ordered to go and clear out this town, and he didn't know it, but his family actually was delayed in like leaving like the continent, so they had to stay in that town. And he didn't realize it, but he actually murdered his own family. And so
Kratos?
So then he went completely batshit. He went batshit crazy.
He weeps.
And he just started speaking in rhymes before he eventually he died, and then they infused his body with fel magic or some crazy shit.
Fel magic? What does fel mean, Noah?
Bad.
It just means bad. Is it an actual word from a language that humans speak?
It's like Old English, but yeah, it means bad,
Old English.
evil.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Bad evil, that's my alignment. Bad evil as opposed to somewhat good.
Trying
and hate bad.
Hate bad.
Hate bad is my favorite alignment. Anything else happening this week, Noah, before you forever close?
We did Payday, and I finished Wonderful 101 this week. So
how hype is the ending?
It's pretty hype. It's pretty hype. It's pretty fucking Gurren Lagann levels of crazy shit going on. So lots of button mashing and symbol drawings on the Wii U gamepad. So
we'll have to do a playthrough of that game at some point when we finish up. Like maybe when you finish Undead Nightmare or something.
Okay.
Maybe we can do it before the best friends. Like when we beat them to Illbleed.
Yeah.
Son, Pat and Matt. They were like, "What's Tenfei doing?" And they're like, "Oh, Tenfei's the hypest shit."
I wish. I really wish.
Did you watch their Silent Hill? Did you know gaming?
Mm-hmm. I did. It's strange because you always get to hear calm Pat during those.
Yeah.
He has such a good speaking voice when he's not infuriated, which is
always.
Yeah. He's like Army Chihuahua from Axe Cop. He's a man who was a soldier that got bit by his Chihuahua, and so he becomes an Army Chihuahua, but only when he's not ready to fight, which is almost never. That's how he's described.
Wow.
He's actually in the Axe Cop cartoon, which I recommend people watch on Hulu. So what have you been up to this week, Garrett?
Well, it's been a weird week because I was actually asked by my brother to watch his house for him, so I've been staying in the city, I guess you could call it.
It's a party at Garrett's Brothers.
Oh yeah, everyone's invited.
I'm in charge of booze. Noah's in charge of topless ladies.
Alright.
You better be on that. But I've just been in this house that it's not mine, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I guess it's just me, but I don't feel comfortable sleeping in a place like if it's not my house, I can't go to sleep that easily.
Is your brother haunting it or something?
No, it's just like I can't get comfortable when it's not my bed. I don't know. And whenever I wake up, I'm like, where am I? Oh, I remember now. I'm staying at someone else's house. It's just something I do, and I don't know. I guess it freaks me out more.
I've done that before. Woke up somewhere and had no fucking idea why I was there until I was like, oh yeah, I'm here because I came here of my own volition.
Yeah, but I've just been sitting at his house, and I only have one responsibility, and that's that has just the tiniest little plant I've ever seen in my life. It looks like literally like long 4-leaf clover stalks, like the little thing that holds in there. It's like white at the bottom. It looks exactly like that, and that's it. And all I do is I hold it under the sink and let like 5 drops go into it and put it down, and that's it. My responsibility for the day is done. So all I've been doing is sitting there playing video games and eating yakisoba and pizza. So I'm probably gonna die soon.
Yakisoba pizza. So is that plant, because you're here right now, is it just on fire and withering?
Yes.
Someone broke into the house and all they did was just start shooting that plant or punching it. You ever punched a plant?
Yes.
Intentionally?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm sure I've...
You said that like so matter of fact.
Have you punched a tree before?
Have I punched a tree? Why, yeah.
You could fight the Whomping Willow from Harry Potter.
Well, I mean, I've also just like run my hand through leaves before, and I probably hit a leaf. I mean,
punching a plant. Trees are plants.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been angry at plants and nature in general. Sometimes I have to walk through yards at my job that are overgrown, and like they're spiky plants and spiders. Spiders love plants. They get a nature bonus or something.
Kids fucking Sainsbury's and shit.
So, has that been your week, Garrett? You've only been there like 2 days, haven't you?
Well, in those 2 days, I was with Noah during the Payday Marathon, and I also got Revelations and beat it in a night. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell us about it. We can talk about a current quote-unquote video game.
A modern Resident Evil game, which is surprisingly, it's not as bad as you would think from just saying that. You're like, oh god, Resident Evil 6, are you serious? But no, it's actually pretty enjoyable. I mean, it's not like... It's kind of like a fusion between Resident Evil 4 and like an older school one, because like there's actually like... The ship is open to you. So you can backtrack after you get certain items, and you can find like weapons and stuff, and like that is what I really like about it. Yeah. And even though you're not fighting zombies, like the guys
zombies.
Yeah, it's the T Abyss virus, and it pretty much makes them into just like leech zombies, where they just try and suck your blood all the time, and they're assholes. Also, I stabbed a bullet out of the air with my knife as Jill.
What the fuck?
It was amazing.
People do that all the time.
Her fucking, like, super fast shank, because I have Revelations 2, and I've been playing through it as well.
This is the reverse of Pokemon X now, because this is a game I don't have, and y'all get to talk about me. Cool.
I haven't burned through it in a night. I've had it for like a week now, and I've gotten through like 3 or 4 of these parts, like chapters.
Yeah.
So yeah, but fucking Jill has like this super fast like shank, like prison shank.
Yeah, it looks like she could
she's basically like one of the prisoners from Breaking Bad, where she just
is it like
shanks.
the prisoner in? Have you seen Predators?
I've seen parts of Predators, but I've not seen the.
Have you seen Predators?
I have not.
The plot is these like 6 or 7 humans get rounded up by the Predators and taken to this jungle planet, and all drop there to be fought. And there's like a guy with a AA-12 shotgun, and there's this Russian guy with a minigun, and they're like all these soldiers. And then there's like this hardened criminal who's still in this orange jumpsuit. He was taken out of prison, and he sees everyone's got all these guns, and he's like, "This is bullshit," because all he has is a shank. And you're like, what is he going to do with that? But towards the end of the movie, they're fighting this one predator, and you think that guy's dead, and all of a sudden he just jumps on the predator's back and just starts stabbing the shit out of him with that shank and fucks him up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Does he die?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of them died. The coolest guy, of course, there's a Yakuza guy who's missing his pinky, and he has this like nickel-plated 45. But I realize we've gone from Revelations. I've launched into the biggest thing about Predators. They end up in this spaceship where Morpheus from the Matrix has been living, because he's hiding from the Predators there, and he's been collecting weapons because the Predators go and get a bunch of humans and bring them there and fight them.
Yeah.
And one of the things he has in there is an actual katana, and the Yakuza guy finds it, and he's like, "Oh!" And then at one point he takes his shirt off, and he's got this huge like dragon tattoo on his back, and he teams up with Daniel Craig and finds the Swedish girl that this family killed. But after that.
God damn it.
After that, he gets in he's like 1v1s one of the Predators. He's like, 1 versus 1, asshole! And like they have a hardcore melee fight. And then Foreman from that 70s show, it's a psychotic doctor, and he tries to kill people. That's the secret twist in the ending. So
that's what happened at the end of that shit.
Yeah, that's what happens to Foreman at the end of that 70s show. The Predators took him, and he's a psychotic nurse. But Resident Evil Revelation. Yeah. You two were telling me that Jill's ass looks good in it?
It does.
It does.
Like Resident Evil 5 levels?
She's pretty much wearing the same suit.
Does Revelation...
Yeah, because like when she's on the ship, she sort of has like that weird like...
skin tight bodysuit.
Yeah, like the kind of the cat suit, swim suit,
yeah.
The fucking wetsuit kind of thing, because they're like on a ship and then they try and get onto like this fucking cruise ship from this weird like island nation that just gets blasted by fucking solar satellites and shit.
Yeah,
like what
it
the
was
fuck?
really weird. I was like, wait, hang on. They have this satellite that's just like a giant solar panel, so basically it's like a magnifying glass.
Yeah, that they use those. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's just make this entire city into an ant and fucking fry it.
I like. There's one point where you use like a tugboat to get onto the ship, and then like Jill and her partner just like run to the front of the ship after hearing a noise, and there's just the tugboat's on fire, sinking, and
it's just like, oh,
and she's
shit.
like, was that the tugboat? And the guy's like, yeah, what? God,
Parker.
Damn it. Yeah.
Which I'm not sure. I don't know what his last name. I think it's like Luciani or something, like Parker Luciani or something.
So from what I gathered from what you two were just ranting about, Wesker steals the GoldenEye satellite and blows up like Haiti.
Well, it's not Wesker though. It's some weird third-party fucking Veltro. which is like this weird terrorist organization.
Okay, so Wesker steals the GoldenEye satellite and blows up Haiti, and then gets inside of Voltron and fights Robert Giuliani? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
And then Chris and Jill are like, Giuliani, you fuck! And he's like, hey, at least I kept the streets clean. Bada bing, bada boom. Forget about it. Sounds like a fun game. And then there's a Lady Hunk.
There's a Lady Hunk.
Yeah, it's Capcom's favorite DLC. $3, please, and you can be Lady Hunk.
$3, please.
Yeah.
Shinji Ikari is there, and he's like, please give me $3, father!
Unlocking Hunk in that game is actually pretty tough. I think you have to beat like all the stages on like the hardest difficulty in like the raid mode, which
The
you haven't even
raid
gotten
mode?
to yet.
Son, so you got to drop some E and,
Rave mode.
and
No,
listen to Daft Punk, and
I
then
meant-
you unlock Hunk.
I meant raid
Daft
mode.
Punk!
Ah!
Now that's fan art we need.
Oh my!
Someone please make a Daft Hunk.
Somebody, anybody, we need you.
Because, I mean, he already wears a mask.
Yeah.
It could be just Daft Punk with a hunk in it.
Yeah.
And he could do remixes of Fearful Is No Word For It, which is the Resident Evil, is his theme music in Fourth Survivor.
No.
The look Garrett was giving me. I use Garrett as my barometer of what I need to start talking about or when I need to shut up, because his face just goes neutral. It's like talking to an Oblivion NPC. He's just like,
It's not like
That works great for radio, man.
yeah, well, they can imagine my face. Okay, so you both played Revelations all week. Anything else cool happen? Play any video game? See any sites? Go on any incentive trips?
No, I guess like you could say I've been playing No More Room in Hell too, which is like zombies. So I guess I've been on like a zombie binge lately.
Oh,
I've been
no.
treating myself to
Are you saying they make video games about zombies now?
Yeah, it's crazy. Fucking
This
people nowadays.
market. Well, tell us about that game. We gotta talk about something.
I was talking about it earlier, and I pretty much compared it to like a first-person Outbreak, which is Outbreak is a high bar to live up to, and I think the only thing that holds it back from that bar is the community. So it's probably best just to play with friends, because since it's a free-to-play game on Steam, pretty much everybody under the sun's playing it. So there's a high chance that if you get into a game, it might have Russians and Brazilians. So, but the game's like premise is you just kind of spawn in this area like with limited supplies, and you and your team have to just, you know, share it equally and get to point A to point B to C and just go through the level, accomplishing these small objectives until you can finally get to the ship or the helicopter or whatever and make it out. And it's actually, because they're slow zombies, and it's actually surprisingly difficult, because they only sprinkle in like maybe one or two little fast zombies, and they're actually like little kid zombies too that like you can't really see in the dark. They're just like, all of a sudden you'll be hit by something, and you'll look around and you're like, there's nothing around me, and then you look down and you just have three little kid zombies eating your legs, and you're like, this is it, this is over. And like you die in like 3 hits, so you get fucked up pretty quick.
So it is like Outbreak.
Yeah,
Because
like
on Very Hard Outbreak, the general malaise of a zombie's presence is enough to take you down.
it gives everyone, it gives the women the vapors, and the men just get a migraine and fall over.
What's the male equivalent of the Vapors?
I don't.
Becoming the Wendigo?
Jesus. So just getting kind of flustered is equal to eating people.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course! So this week I picked up a little title by the name of Phoenix Wright Dual Destiny.
Oh, you bought it?
So that's what I've been playing, and goddamn, it's spectacular. It's like, it's got really good music, and some of the songs pay homage to previous songs in the series and stuff.
That's really good.
At first I was worried because they switched to 3D models, because I just love the charming character sprites of the first Phoenix Wright games. It literally looks exactly like old Phoenix Wright, except they happen to be 3D. Like, they all just have, you know, little unique animations that they do at random times. It isn't like they're just constantly moving and stuff. So, you know how in the old Phoenix Wright games, characters always had like 3 or 4 little unique things they would do?
Yeah.
Sort of like in the first case, the, spoilers, one of the guys you're interrogating or cross-examining is a SWAT bomb defusal officer. And he's wearing a helmet, and he's got these goggles that one eye's red and one is blue, and he has a little thing on his arm that he types into that talks for him, even though he can talk normally. He just says it's more efficient. But he has this little like animation where he looks up and his goggles extend really far out, and then he looks down and they extend really far out, so he's like randomly just doing that and stuff. So it's a lot like the old Phoenix Wright games, just with the 3D they can do so much more. So
Nice.
I really approve of that. I was worried because if you never played Apollo Justice, the last like proper Phoenix Wright before this one, the whole point of that is Phoenix got disbarred and he became a hobo, and you play as Apollo Justice, who's not a bad character, but he's not Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
And the second game opens, you're playing as the new character. Her name is Athena Sykes. And you've seen her. She wears yellow and has like a blue tie.
I think so.
She's like the newest
Does she have
member.
red hair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She's like the newest member of the Write Anything Agency, is what it's called. And you're playing as her, and Apollo is like her mentor. And in that first case, when you first see him, he's all bandaged up and has an eye patch on and a blue cloak, and he's like all fucked up. You find out later because the previous day, a courtroom that they were in got bombed, and he got blown the fuck up. But he collapses from the pain right before the trial starts, and so you have to just play as Athena, and she's like, oh god, what do I do? And she's up against Winston Payne's younger
Every
brother.
time.
No, it's his younger
Oh,
brother,
shit.
Gaspin Payne.
Gaspin Payne? That's so good. Oh my god.
And he wears cool sunglasses, and he has a big pompadour that he's constantly playing with. And he's like, I'm known as the Rookie Annihilator, or the Rookie Humiliator.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
same thing. It's
He's
so
just
good.
an asshole. But, like 2 minutes into that first case, the fucking courtroom door, like, they're already going to declare the person guilty, because you know how Phoenix Wright cases always start.
Yeah.
The prosecution's like, this person eats babies, and the judge is like, what? Guilty! And starts smacking his hammer.
And crying.
It's the Judge John Marston, and he's like, in your fault nature. You
Yeah.
ain't babies.
You eat babies, but you're guilty. But right when he goes to hit that gavel, you just hear objection in Phoenix's voice, and like the 3DS flew out of my hand. I was so amazed. And the courtroom door goes open, and it's fucking Phoenix Wright, and he won't have any of that bullshit. And the very first thing I noticed, other than he has a new snazzy suit on, was that he had his attorney's badge on, and I was like, oh god, Phoenix has been rebarred. And he walks down there, and he just fucking sets the record straight. And so you play that first case as Phoenix.
Just screaming,
Yeah.
gasping pain. I almost had Winston.
I assumed like the whole game was going to be Athena, but so far I haven't played as her again. Like,
I guess it's kind of like in Trials and Tribulations how you started just as Mia.
yeah, except you do the actual first case as Mia, but
Yeah.
she's just there. Her new thing, she has the ability to sense people's emotions, and so you do this thing where when they're testifying, the screen comes up that has 4 emotions. It's like happy, sad, and distressed, surprised, and angry. And as they're talking, the different ones flash up, and you have to use that to figure out why they're feeling that emotion, and it changes their testimony. It's a lot like Apollo's magic bracelet, if you ever played Apollo Justice. I don't think Garrett has.
I don't know about the magic bracelet, but I know like most of the
So,
about it.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the second... I'm in the second case. I'm on the second day of investigation of the second cases as far as I played. So if you don't want any kind of spoilers of that, if you're listening to this, then I guess skip ahead or something. I don't know. Skip ahead like 5 minutes. Second case goes back a few months before the first one, and you play as Apollo. And you talk to Phoenix at the beginning of it on the phone, and he isn't a lawyer. He hasn't been rebarred yet. So I guess you're going to see how he becomes a lawyer again eventually. But you play as Apollo, and he looks like he did in Justice. He's not blown the fuck up. And you start out with Trucy, or whatever her name is, as your partner. And then Athena shows up, and she's like, Phoenix has just hired her, so it's like her first case. So she's like your Maya. And it's pretty cool. You go around, you do your investigating. Another cool thing about the 3D now, you know how in the old games, every single screen you went to when you were investigating, you had to hit examine and just click on everything?
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore. There are specific rooms, like the crime scene room, that you can hit examine on, and then it goes into full 3D, and you can swing the camera around and look at everything and
Holy
like
shit.
examine it, and it like zooms in on it and shows you different angles and stuff.
I was gonna say it's kind of like Miles Edgeworth's thing, Perfect Prosecutor, where you kind of like had control of Miles as you walked around.
You could actually play him, yeah. I've never actually played those games.
I found it weird that I actually referred to him as Miles right then instead of Edgeworth.
Miles Tails Edgeworth, as I saw someone tweet today.
I think it was to Awkward Zombie.
But this game continues. Oh, the second case involves a masked wrestler named the Amazing Ninetails, who dresses up as a nine-tailed fox, and he fucking wrestles everybody. So I thought that was cool.
Have you seen Will Powers yet?
Willpower? No, not yet. But
You better be there.
So, in keeping with tradition of Phoenix Wright, you go into the first day of the second trial, and they bring in the new prosecutor, who can't just be some guy in a suit that's a prosecutor. He's got to have a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
So the prosecutor is a convicted murderer who's in prison.
This guy, I've seen this guy.
And he's like an evil samurai. What's his name? I can't remember his name. I think it's Blacktail or something like that.
He's fucking vicious, is what he is.
Let's see.
Reminiscent of Von Karma.
Well, I'll get into that.
Manfred Von Karma. I almost forgot his first name.
Black Quill. That's his name. Simon Blackquill. Okay. They bring this guy in. He's in chains. He looks like a super evil Seto Kaiba. He has a hawk feather in his teeth. And of course, he talks shit to you. So, immediately, this is something I hate about Phoenix Wright games, and I know they do it to build dramatic tension. The prosecution can do whatever it wants. The prosecutor can come in there, go up to the judge, put his dick in his ear, wear his Judge Blows Goats t-shirt, slap him, fuck his daughter. The judge is like, see here, please get back there. Then the fucking defense attorney can cough, and he's like, penalty, and your health bar goes one shot it, and overkill appears above your head, and you fade away because you're dead. So, this motherfucker has a pet hawk. I don't remember his hawk's name. I'm sure it's in this fucking thing I'm reading. But, Apollo, at one point before this trial starts, you get to do Apollo's ability, which if you've never played Apollo Justice, he has this bracelet that if it feels tight on his wrist, he knows the person is lying. So you click on it, and as they're talking, you can look real closely, and they talk, and it's in slow motion, and you look for a tail, like their eye twitches or they start sweating, and then you know that they're lying on that part of the statement. You do that on someone, and I got so nostalgic because it plays the Apollo Justice music and everything. I was like, holy shit. So during that first day of the trial, there's a guy get up there, and then he starts lying, and Apollo's like, this motherfucker's lying. And he goes, right when he goes to use his bracelet, a fucking hawk swoops down and starts clawing his face, and Apollo's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And the Black Quill's like, oh, that's my pet hawk. He hates it when people try to pull stupid bullshit. So don't try to use your bracelet magic power here or he's going to fuck you up. And the judge even says no animals in the courtroom. And then the hawk lands on the judge's head and like intimidates him. And so the judge just lets Black Quill keep his fucking hawk.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this bullshit? How can he bring a hawk in here and I can't use my magic bracelet powers? I fucking hate it. Well, it's just like that awkward zombie where Von Karma is whipping everybody, and Phoenix is like, she has a whip in here, and he's like, Mr. Wright, oh, penalties. Penalties for everyone. Oh.
I do find it really odd that, oh no, I forgot my train of thought. Where, like, he's using a hawk to obscure justice, and it's like, this bracelet will literally give us the truth every time because it's magic, and it does that. And Judge is like, nope, won't have it. Nope, can't have it, nope. Don't do it.
Oh, his hawk's name is Taka. Does that mean anything? Does it mean hawk?
Taka. If it was Taki, it would be that ninja bitch from Soul Calibur.
Taki. And at one point, when Apollo disproves something and it makes him mad enough, he slams his hands on the desk and his fucking handcuff shackles just explode off of them. And everybody's like, holy shit! And the judge still doesn't care. The judge is like, now, Mr. Blackquill, don't you kill nobody.
Yeah. I imagine immediately, like, just cops are just there, like, holding giant, like, piles of handcuffs, and he smashed them, and they're like, and they just put them back on real quick.
Well, there is a detective. This game has a detective. I think his name is Bobby Goodwill or something like that. He's no Dick Gumshoe. His thing is he wants to be
I'm okay, Dad.
He wants to be a defender of justice, and he's always doing, like, Sentai poses. He's there to keep an eye on Black Quill, but of course he doesn't really step in because he thinks Black Quill's the path of justice or whatever. But yeah, so it's following Phoenix Wright formula pretty fucking good.
A convicted murderer. He's the path of justice. He killed for good.
Yeah, I'm sure he has some super involved backstory that we'll learn about. I've already seen flashbacks with Athena Sykes that somehow involve him, so I'm sure something happened. Also, he calls Apollo Justice. He calls him Justice Domo or Dono, yeah. So I don't know what that means. I'm sure Noah does.
That's actually a very old honorific. It's just like super polite, but it's actually kind of weird because now to use it is actually kind of an insult.
Oh,
It's
really?
like sarcasm.
To a degree, and it's also like that was like used for like fucking lords and stuff like that. Dono.
So it's like Your Majesty.
Yeah, kind of.
So but not as bad as Sama.
No, Sama is still regularly used. So.
Alright, well that's my fucking, I don't know how long I went on. We're at 35 minutes.
Jesus.
It was a lot of Phoenix Wright in
I
there.
have to keep everyone updated as I play through the game. But I highly recommend it. If you like Phoenix Wright, it feels like playing Phoenix Wright. It has fully anime cutscenes with voice acting in it, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the introductions for chapters and stuff. So
like the story things they would have before, like where it's like the green tags.
one thing I find annoying, but the other Phoenix Wrights did it, is in the first... Well, I understand for the first case because it's like an introduction. They show you who the true murderer is beforehand. And then in the second case, you get to see who the murderer is. But of course, the characters don't know that and you have to prove it.
Yeah.
But I think the old game... Because in the first Phoenix Wright, in that second case, you see that... What's his name? Red, White, or whatever.
Yeah, Red, White, or Blue Court.
Yeah.
Because
it is the one. So.
Mia's last words are red.
So
white,
far,
blue.
still no mention of Maya and Pearl. So I don't know if they're going to be in the game at all.
That's so sad.
I assume Edgeworth's in there somewhere. I really don't know. I didn't keep up with this game at all because I didn't want to know anything about it before
That's
it came
the
out.
best thing to do, really.
Alright, that's been our week. We've been doing pretty good. So I guess, I was going to say we could try to move into video game news, but none of us keep up with video game news.
No, not really.
So I'm just scrolling through Destructoid and Joystick and Rock Paper Shotgun. It says here there's a custom Luigi 2DS up for auction for Child's Play, and it's like a green and white 2DS.
Is like $4,000.
$40,000.
$40,000
Is that? I don't even think that's enough.
yen.
Ouija time. Either you play New Super Ouija Bros. Or
I haven't gotten.
Not high.
I haven't gotten either Mario Brothers or Luigi U for my Wii U yet. So.
Wii U.
I forgot to mention that in the 2 days I've been at my brother's house, I also beat the Super Metroid in its entirety.
Oh goddamn! Bill, I love
I don't know why. The first thing I did when I sat down in his house before he even left, I was like, I'm gonna play Metroid, and I just sat there and I just started playing it, and I beat it that night. I think my score was like 67.
All right, everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Super Metroid Podcast, because that's all we're going to talk about.
Oh jeez.
Actually, I was so disappointed when that came out on the Wii U, because apparently people were too stupid to play it. Did you see that whole thing?
Yeah, I saw it. Matthew
Like,
actually, as I was playing it, he was updating me about it. Like, it's fucking.
They're like, how do I into bombs?
Like, I don't understand. I'm at this purple door. It's at this pink door, and I can't get through it. And you can see, like in the screenshot, they're out of missiles, and I'm just like,
How do I sell
oh
missiles?
god, this is the people that are growing up in this world today.
These people are going to run the world one day. There are people who haven't beat Super Metroid that are going to decide key policies for this country in the future, Garrett.
That is like, that's unfathomable. I don't want to live in that world. Thank God I'll die young.
Jesus Christ!
Here's a super
You
interesting.
just jump out the window right
Yeah.
now.
Here's a
Die young
super.
is in right now.
Here's a super interesting news story that everyone will care about. The Xbox One will play audio compact disc, and it says in quote in parentheses, "Ask your parents." When was the last time either of you played a CD? I guess you actually use your CD
I use like in my fucking car because I don't have a modern radio. I just have a CD player and a broadcast cassette player in my car. I'll use CDs for that, and like I will occasionally, very rarely, buy a CD to like put it onto my iPod or something. Like any CDs I get now are usually fucking like game soundtracks or like special anime CDs I have to fucking order.
Either of you know anything about the new Batman game?
I heard it's kind of shitty.
It's
I haven't
neither
heard much about it.
neither Mark Hamill nor Kevin Conroy are the characters, are they?
I know Mark Hamill isn't in it because he's not doing Joker anymore. I don't know if Kevin Conroy is in it or not.
I heard they got someone younger than him because it's a younger Batman. That's what they were saying on... I was listening to something. It might have been Giant Bombcast.
Yeah.
We'll just piggyback off of other podcasts.
Pretty much.
Minecraft Xbox 360 digs up Skyrim-themed DLC. How can you have DLC for Minecraft?
Like skins and shit.
Any good DLC? Anyone? Undead Nightmare's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good DLC. Knight Artorias of the Abyss for Dark Souls was good.
That's really good.
The
That's
Knight-
We were just talking about
That's
historical
classic
DLCs.
Probably the
DLC.
coolest boss fight in Dark Souls is Artorias. He's so fucking badass. Like, even when he's possessed and crazed and his arms broke, he just fucking jumps at you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of my favorite boss fight, in the entirety of Dark Souls. and it probably have to be. It's a toss-up between Seath or not needing to get the tail from Seath.
Seath the Scaleless, I hate that fight.
I love that fight when I don't want that tail.
Really?
Yeah, I love that fight. It's so easy.
Oh, you like it because it's easy.
Oh, I mean, it's easy, and it's like you're fighting this giant fucking monster abomination with like slug legs and shit, and he's shooting like these crystals that turn you into like a skeleton man, the stone thing. But like every time I see him, I just always, if I'm playing like a melee build, I don't want that fucking shitty caster shit. I just use power within, put lightning on that V-hander, I run at him and just cut him up into pieces.
Oh, the lightning's V-hander so good.
The V-hander, my favorite.
My Darkwood Green Ring, I caught you behind you, yeah.
Oh, Giant's armor feels so good
Oh,
on
I
me.
summon you to my world, but secretly so Hans can gank you, isn't it right, Hans? He's like, I hide behind 3.
Was it the gank? You up?
Oh god.
So good. That's my my official version of anyone who ganks you in a Dark Souls game is the stereotypical German.
Yeah, I don't know. It fits so well though.
Let's talk about pointy things or pointy bits. The new Oni cartoon. God, I must have watched that 10 times in a row immediately.
Shit.
The good Lord crippled me with color blindness like the asshole he is.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Oh man.
Oh god, Noah is our Barrett Wallace of our trio.
That may have been why we lost.
I really okay, it wasn't loaded. I was like I was remembering it like when it happened when you were playing Undead Nightmare and like that circle was there where it had like the teal or whatever,
Yeah.
I guess the greenish thing.
Yeah.
And you like went past it 3 times and I'm like, I guess he's looking for something else. And I
No,
didn't
you should
even,
point that out.
I didn't
you
even
asshole.
think that because I was like, there's no one here is colorblind or any of that thing. I didn't even it wasn't even on my mind, and I'm like, it's right there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh thanks, I'm colorblind. I was like, what? You just dropped a bomb on me.
It became Hey Ash.
Yeah.
When me and Garrett put red hoodies on and we just disappeared from Noah's vision.
Oh,
I've got
God.
green on. Can you see me? Do
Yes.
I have?
Yes.
Am my arms
Yes, I
floating?
can. Jesus Christ.
And that, of course, parlays into talking about Plague's new animation of them playing Punch-Out, which I realized I never actually watched the two best friends play Punch-Out. Is that a Machinima episode?
I think so.
I don't...
Yeah,
watch-
because it's that and it's the bloopers for that. So
Oh,
it's so.
I never watch their Machinima stuff.
I do. They're usually pretty good. Their first episode of Beyond Two Souls, like their long play, is just on the Machinima channel. It's just pieces of that cut from their long play version.
So here's an interesting news story. The new Zelda, Between Worlds.
Oh yeah.
A Link Between Worlds, which I'm actually, looking forward
That's
to.
Rich,
What? It's like
decently
2
hyped
weeks?
for
Which,
it.
if anyone even slightly knows me, the fact that I'm looking forward to a game that's coming out, it fucking means something.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they're not just going to take Link to the Past and shit all over it. They're going to make actual decent games. Do y'all remember when Skyward Sword was coming out, the whole thing with playing the trailer music backwards and it was Zelda's Lullaby? Do you remember that whole thing?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, well, somebody took the newest Link Between Worlds trailer and turned the music backwards, and when you do, it's Hyrule Castle from Link to the Past. It's that music, like, remixed.
Oh wow.
I'm trying to remember what that is. Like
Dun, 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 dun.
oh yeah.
Bum,
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 yeah.
bum, bum, bum,
That's
bum,
cool
bum,
as
bum,
hell.
bum. Welcome to Tenfei Acapella Link to the Past podcast, episode 1. Oh, we're talking about Super Metro Link to the Past. This is the best podcast ever.
It
I'm going
is.
to download and listen to this over and over. God, don't I love those fucking games. I want to live in an alternate reality where they die. Everyone who made video games died after they came out.
Yeah, video games were a lost art.
Have either of you played the Mordecai and Rigby, the regular show in 8-Bit Land?
No.
Is that out yet?
Well, there's a review for it on the show.
Okay.
I just figure out that.
I don't know if that's actually out yet or not. I'm gonna try and get it. I played the Adventure Time game, which was okay.
I didn't realize this is a thing. Apparently, there's a Typing of the Dead overkill.
Oh yeah.
It's literally just House of the Dead overkill, but with typing instead of shooting.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could hear that I turned the light on right then because it started getting dark in here. I didn't want Garrett gets too spooked.
That was spooked.
Although it almost is the part of the video where we tell ghost stories. Or
Oh.
the podcast. I'm not used to a non-video format. I mean, you all need to have some banter while I read news stories. Shut the fuck up. Here's a news story.
Damn it, you son of a bitch.
On Tuesday, State of Decay comes out on Steam. Do you remember when me and Garrett played State of Decay?
Oh,
You said looking at Garrett.
As soon as you said that, I was like, hang on, State of Decay, and you're
that
like...
game when you were a professional wrestler fighting zombies in the woods?
Yeah, and our friend there, did he die?
Billy Bob Hatman? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died.
Yeah, you got...
And then I died on the inside because you abandoned me at the end of that video. You're like, my cool friends are here, and you're like, don't let me see you. You knock me over and call me a nerd so you look cool in front of them, and then you get in their hot rod and speed off to the mulch shop.
And later I text you like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can we still be friends? And of course, I have such low self-esteem. I'm like, oh, good. I'm like, that was pretty funny, Garrett, when you pulled my underwear over my head. So...
I'm not like that at all.
We were talking about Resident Evil earlier. Resident Evil 5 has become Capcom's best-selling game ever. It surpassed Street Fighter 2 as their best-selling game.
Resident Evil 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
That leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
This is welcome to the first episode of the Tenfei Psychiatric and Psychotherapy podcast. So Garrett, how does that make you feel?
Ugh. Sick. I played that game. It was good, I guess.
I like how our video game news segment is just me reading headlines off of Destructoid without reading the article, and we react to it. That's what people want. They don't want, Japan gets new translucent PS3 controllers.
I'm so hyped. If only I was Japanese. If I was Japanese, would you guys still hang out with me if I didn't speak a word of English?
Noah wouldn't leave you. And I'd sit around you, so I'd be like, Garrett, play joke, and you're like, that's Chinese. And I'm like, Garrett, that's racist.
Oh, God. What if I didn't speak English?
So, apparently there was a sale at Best Buy that I completely missed, and Paper Mario Sticker Star went on sale for $8. They probably still didn't sell a single copy.
God
damn. Here's a trailer for the Attack on Titan game, Last Wings.
Man.
Have you watched any of that yet, Garrett? Other than what I showed you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's so...
I've been watching
Kill la Kill. 14 or 15, yeah, Kill la Kill.
Did you get as brokenhearted as I did over the change of the opening theme for the second theme? Oh, God, you disgusting.
Oh, jeez.
It's the very side of you.
I thought you were talking about the theme, then I was like, oh, no, wait. Talking to no. I'm sorry, no.
Something about Battlefield 4, blah, blah, blah. 500,000 people still play Wii Fit daily in Japan.
That's cool.
Cool story, right?
Mind-blowing?
I get it. Killer Instincts. This is obviously a Jim Sterling post because there's He-Man as the picture, but I'm not going to read it. Man, there's a lot of news on Destructoid.
Yeah, there's a lot of video game news in general. Because did you know video games are the news?
The South Park game got delayed again. What a shame.
I'm gonna cry very many salty tears.
I'm JC Denton this shit because what a shame. Let's hit up Joystick. Let's rip off their news stories instead.
You gotta rip off somebody.
It's almost like they're the same news stories as Destructoid. Oh, there's a new Wii U bundle coming out. I've actually seen. It comes with new Super Mario Brothers U and new Super Luigi U. Comes with both of those games. I made the joke to one of the random people I work with. I was like, oh, so it comes with half the Wii's library? And I don't think he got it. Because most of the people I work with are assholes.
This is true.
They just kind of work at like Best Buy and they don't actually play video games or anything.
You actually came up in the conversation, Noah, because he made fun of you for buying the Zelda Wii U because he said Zelda hasn't been cool since 1980.
I know exactly what
and
you're talking about.
he was talking to me, like, I don't know who he thinks I am, but he was talking to me, he was like, yeah, fucking Zelda, da-da-da, and I was like, who, do you know me? Like, what do you think I do? What do you think I play? Fucking riding Call of Duty and GTA's cocks all the time?
Gotta play my Battlefield,
Riding that dude.
Yeah, riding that Duke pony, son.
Call of Duty, dog.
Mm-hmm.
How big is that person compared to you?
I mean, not big.
There's only one person in the store bigger than him.
Yeah, you should have been like, I actually like Zelda a lot, and just look at it, like, just look down on it, and just like had
exerted your spiritual pressure and just.
Yeah, and he'd have been like, oh, and just
your
walked
fighting
away
presence.
He was like, impressive spiritual pressure, and then I fucking hollow mask, get you go, etc. kind of math. Bleach. I like the fights from Bleach, but Bleach came on my TV. I turned it on last night. It was on Adult Swim, and there was 20 seconds of an episode of Bleach on there. Had no fucking idea what was happening. It was fucking crazy.
I have never watched an episode of that anime.
Don't start.
Okay.
Just watch the fights. Like the highlighted, cut filler versions of the fights can be pretty intense if it's just them fighting. But if you watch an episode where they fight, it's like Dragon Ball. where Ichigo's like, I have to use that technique, and one of his side people was like, don't use that technique. He's like, but I gotta. And then 30 minutes of him talking about why, and then he cuts a guy in half, and the guy's like, oh shit, Ichigo Kurosaki cut me in half. Who would have thought?
God damn it, not again.
He's only the Goku of this fucking series.
He only has like 30 different forms he has to fuse together to make his ultimate form. And then he loses all his powers, but oh wait, we have to go through this stupid fetch quest bullshit to get him back!
You know too much. You know too much. You're the destroy. I thought I would be the one destroying Audacity while we recorded this, but it's been you. It was me!
Who knew
It was me, Austin!
Who knew Bleach would send Noah over the edge like that?
It's because Bleach starts out so good, and then the moment they get into the fucking spiritual world, it turns into fucking Namek, and it goes to shit.
So is it one of the what's that term you use for like an anime that goes on for far too long? Shonen?
That's not actually what that means, but most shonen anime go on too long.
I don't know what this news story is about, but the picture is just Jesse from Breaking Bad pointing at Mr. White, and Jesse has a wizard hat on,
He has
or
the
sorting
sorting
hat
hat
on, and I don't know why.
So what does shonen mean?
Like young
boys.
boy or whatever. Like a shonen anime as opposed to shoujo?
Which is girls.
Shonen and
So
shoujo.
shonen would be shonen anime or shonen manga would be manga or anime for boys. So like, you know,
That's why in Paranoia Agent, Little Slugger, as he's called in the English version, is known as Shonen Batsu. He's the Bat Boy. Have either of you seen Paranoia Agent?
yes.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to look at you when I asked that, Noah. Garrett, have you seen Paranoia
You
Agent?
asked if either of us had seen it.
I'm sorry, I meant either of Garrett.
It doesn't ring a bell. What is it about?
It was on Adult Swim. It's the one where it's like the opening is just people standing and laughing
and horrible shit's going on.
and like the world's blowing up behind them. It's only 13 episodes and it's pretty fucking creepy, so you should watch it.
It's fucking Satoshi Kon who's gone too soon. But
I'm sure you know who that is, Garrett. Baka.
he's a really good anime director who died of like cancer a couple years back. It was super sad.
Yeah, there's a moment of silence for them. You can't laugh during a moment of silence.
I'm laughing because it's a podcast, and in a moment of silence, everyone's going to be like, "Am my MP3 player cut out?"
We should just end it there. And then just kept them guessing. Like,
But just leave like 30 minutes
Yes.
of silence.
oh,
Isn't
God.
there some song a guy released that was just 30 minutes of silence, and it was some pretentious auteur bullshit?
Probably.
It
If
sounds...
not, get on that. You'll be a millionaire in a week.
Mm. We should make really pretentious artsy videos and become known.
No.
Ugh.
I'm vetoing that right now.
Well, then I'll do it myself.
As
I'll start my own YouTube channel with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget YouTube and the blackjack.
oh shit.
Remember when the Tenfei channel was just Tenfei?
No.
Season 0 Tenfei?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a strange
all
time.
the OMG stuff.
Some would say it was a better time.
You got 4 videos a year and you liked it.
And you praise Tenfei. You love Tenfei. He's great. You got you, and then if you're really good, you got that 12 days. You got that 12 days hype going on.
The 12 days was such a thing. It was like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dark Souls 2 gets retailer-specific DLC in Japan. I think I saw this on V, so people were bitching. There's this set of weapons that they have added. In fact, I'm going to turn the laptop around. So, depending on what retailer you pre-order at, you can get these different looking swords and shields, like when you start Dark Souls 2.
Are they in any way or different?
Nobody knows the stats or anything on them. I assume they're cosmetic. Also, this one has eggs, like what's-her-face, Spider Bitch.
Logs?
This has got to be the most riveting part of this audio podcast. And then there's the cover of the game, which looks really cool.
Well,
The Japan version, yeah.
I really hope they're not just like, oh look, you pre-ordered at Best Buy, you got the best sword and shield. No wait, you pre-ordered at GameStop.
You got the Geek Squad sword.
Yeah, that would be terrible. That would be awful.
What game had fucking like
Arkham City
Halo?
had the specific. I think the coolest one was the animated series.
One of the Halos had it so that each store that you pre-order it from, you got like a special armor that was colored like that store's colors. So like the Best Buy one was like blue and yellow, and like the GameStop one was like black and red and shit like that. It was just really fucking weird.
Were there any good? They seemed at a Halloween sale. I didn't have any money, so I didn't even look at it. But was there anything decent up?
I think Lone Survivor went on sale.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to finish that?
A bunch of the Resident Evils
We
were on
might.
sale.
Do you think me and Garrett should finish Fear 2 and Lone Survivor now that October's over?
We're gonna keep playing Undead Nightmare, right?
Yeah, but that's different. That's Red Dead.
That's that.
Red's
And,
dead, baby.
that and me and Ben have like a long-standing history.
Of not finishing series.
Yeah.
Especially spooky.
You want to know the
Yeah.
secret reason that happens? Because me and Garrett start a series, and then for a period of time, he becomes ever real, and I can't get in contact with him.
It gets too spooky. He gets too spooked and
I-
turns into a ghost.
I get spooked easy. I can't help it. Even like Castlevania spooks me.
That's his personality type. SPK, spook. Apparently, there's a Zelda Link Between Worlds 3DS XL coming out.
Yeah, it's like gold and shit, which doesn't
If I
look
had
nearly
money,
as
I
good
would
as-
seriously consider
Golden
it.
shit, the sequel to Golden Axe.
But yeah, like it doesn't. I don't think it looks quite as nice as the one you and I have, the regular 3DS.
Well, I can't get it anymore, but since it's an XL and looks pretty cool to me, I'm definitely like, if I had the money, I would day one
I hear
purchase.
a lot of people saying the XLs, they don't like that it blows the image up. They say it doesn't look very good.
I've noticed it can make some games look kind of weird, like very you can see.
It makes the jaggies a lot more
Yeah.
prominent. Like there was that with the DSi XL that I had. Like it didn't look quite as bad with pixels because like they were fucking pixels, so they just kind of got bigger. But yeah, like 3D like polygons and stuff like that were kind of extra jaggy.
Yeah.
What? I was actually gonna talk about something.
I'm laughing at myself because apparently somebody's made a tropes versus fat guys in video games.
Oh god.
Oh god, Forrest Kaysen. He's so fat. There's Grossberg from Ace Attorney. Murray from Sly Cooper. I don't think he's fat, he's a hippo.
Yeah,
It's genetic.
he's not fat.
Captain Blue.
Oh god, Captain.
Bob from Tekken. Big the Cat. Dr. Light is, I guess,
He's
rather big.
King
yeah.
Hippo. Rufus from Street Fighter, of course.
Naturally.
Wario. Wart. Wonder Green.
Oh, Wonder Green.
Who was the fat
No.
Axum Ranger? I think it was Yellow. He was like, yo, Red, I'm hungry.
Yeah, it was yellow.
Yo, Mr. White.
Axum Yellow.
What? Weren't
Rip-
you playing? Who was playing?
Mario and his
No,
party
you
of
played
a bunch of
fucking
retarded Joes.
Silent Hill 4,
Mm-hmm.
and it just says the note from Walter. Don't go
Don't-
outside. I was like, yo, Mr. White.
You're right, I didn't make a Breaking Bad reference. That's what I said.
You're just screaming it like, please.
Getting back pretty late in the news.
You should play more Silent Hill 4.
I wanted to do a full playthrough of that before my PS2 died. That was going to be the game.
I have a fucking PS3 that can play.
Yeah, but I didn't have that at the start of October. That was
Oh.
I was going to play through that with Garrett instead of Fear 2, but then my PS2 died, and that's why we played Fear 2. So you got Fear 2 instead. I hope it was a good trade. Have you never played Silent Hill 4?
I haven't played any of the Silent Hills.
Were you spooked by Silent Hill? There are ghosts you can shoot, but then
I
they
don't
get
know if
back
I don't know if
up.
I was spooked, but I don't know. 4 has always seemed kind of interesting to me.
Well, it wasn't a Silent Hill game. Like I said, it's Silent Hill Adventures.
Yeah.
What is his name?
The Silent Hill Mystic Quest.
Shigeru Miyamoto saw it. He was like, take this Silent Hill and put Star Fox in it. What if the next Link was Blasian?
God damn it, Jonathan Holmes.
It's not Jonathan O. Oh no, wait, it is.
He's been talking about that fucking article for like 2 months now.
I stopped listening to Pod Toy. They started getting on my nerves too bad. I like Jim Sterling by himself to an extent. Like, I watch the Jim Position sometimes. But, I don't know. They get too much up the whole social justice thing that I don't care about. That could be our controversial thing that people could write in about. Super Castlevania 4 is coming to the Wii U eShop. Well, congratulations.
I think I already have that on my Wii.
You do. I remember you had it. Picture of a corgi.
Oh, why not?
That's Dale North.
Alright. So, is that everything for video game news? Do y'all know anything else about video game news?
I'm trying to think.
You heard anything this week? Any rumors at all?
No, but I guess I gotta talk about the recent Killing Floor update.
Okay, that's news, and it's something you care about, so talk about it.
I've actually only played the map that's associated with it once, and it wasn't like the new objective mode map either. Like, because recently Killing Floor was updated with an entirely new game mode where like you get like escort shit, and I just probably list off like the worst possible thing to get someone hyped for. I'm like, you can escort this dude around. I'm like, are you serious?
Game dropped.
Yeah, it's like done.
Uninstall.
But no, it's actually kind of fun. And I haven't played the objective mode of the new map, but I have played like just the regular Killing Floor, and like you're running like this huge freight yard, so you're like jumping on containers and shit, and these containers are just opening up, and like hordes of the fucking clouds and shit are coming out, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like, it's like a maze almost, so if you take a wrong turn, you're gonna go into like, that's it, it's flesh pound time, baby, and then it's just 40 flesh pounds in a barn.
You brought me back in at the end of that.
40 flesh pounds in a storage container.
In a fucking store. Yeah, yes, you said the word already. I was going to make a reference to Storage Wars, but I didn't know how. I couldn't link these things together.
Yep.
Anyone know anything about Assassin's Creed 4?
Not interested.
Anyone care?
It's fucking pirate ships, which is the only part of it that vaguely interests me. Because I played a little bit of 3. Like, I had bought 3 like on Black Friday when it was like super cheap, and I played like maybe 5 or 6 hours worth of it. And the only part that really got me was the fucking sailing parts, which is really fucking fun. And if I had a game that was just nothing but that shit, I'd play that like all fucking day. Which sounds like is what 4 is supposed to be, but I don't really want to buy it.
On the topic of Assassin's Creed, I never really liked those games that much, but oddly enough, my little sister played the shit out of them, and it was weird because it was like surreal. Like I'm so used to like playing a game and like having my little sister watch me, and she's like, "Oh, you're so good at video games, Garrett."
And you're like, "Shut up!"
But then
I love Big Bro.
all of a sudden, I
Oh
was
god, she erased your Zelda games. I love Big Bro. Such feels.
But now I'm behind her as she's over here like doing all these badass sword things and like stabbing people with hidden blades, and I'm like, this is badass.
I just imagine that Death Note joke comic where it's like, "L, I'm behind you." It's like, "No, Kira, now I'm behind you." This is very serious. Alright, I guess we'll go into community. So normally this is where I would answer questions and such that people can send to us, but since this is our premiere episode, I sent out a call for people to email us letters to read, and we got one. So we're going to read it. So Matt wrote in.
Yes.
He signed it all caps. Maybe he didn't want to know his real name. Ooh.
Too late.
Nobody knows who we're fucking talking about. Dear Tenfey, I didn't say he had to word it like that, but that's how he worded it. What is a video game that you like that most people hate? What about it do you like? Do you think most people just don't appreciate it, or that it really is a bad game, but you enjoy it regardless? If you think it's a bad game, but you enjoy it anyway, what could they have changed to make it a good game without changing what you already like about it? Now, I know my answer, and you two know my answer, so I'm not going to answer first. Or should I answer first while you all think?
I'm thinking right now.
Okay.
But I'm going to guess yours is Saga Frontier.
So there's this PS1 RPG you may have heard of by the name of Saga Frontier.
Yes.
And it may be the best video game ever made by a human. Now, people hate it, and it's understandable. I know why they hate it, because it's a buggy, unfinished, badly translated mess of a game. And the only reason I can play it is because I spent like 10 hours reading facts about the game and actually learning how to play the fucking thing. You two are sharing secrets and giggling.
It was...
Oh, it's that dog in space.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be thinking about a game, not looking at dogs in space. But it's a fun... Okay. It's... I just don't know what to describe about it. I've played that game... I may have played that game more than Dark Souls. I don't know. I've played Dark Souls probably 700 or 800 hours. But I've owned Saga Frontier since I was like 14 years old. And I played the shit out of it. It has 7 main characters, and I've beat all their games. Like, I don't even know how many times. So, spoilers, it has a hidden 8th main character, too. Oh. What could they have changed about it? They could have finished it.
That'd be nice.
One of the characters, Loot, his story is almost completely gutted. I've done this before, and you can do this. You can start Luke's game and run to his end boss as the first fight you fight, and the boss will one-shot you because you're like low level. But I have literally started his game. He wakes up out of his bed and runs to the final boss of the game, and he's like, "Oh, now I'll show you!" And then boom, you're one-shotted.
Holy shit!
And there's actually a character whose game was completely cut. You can get him as a side character in the game, but he was supposed to have his own story and everything. So I would never recommend that game to people because it's not a game you can just sit down and play. But goddamn, don't I fucking love it.
It's like no, don't play that game. It's stupid. And then you're like, I'm the one who truly appreciates you, and you're just holding it in your closet.
I'm like, you don't understand Saga Frontier like I do. We were meant to be together. Saga Sama.
God.
It has a sequel I also own that I tried to play once and couldn't get into it, and I never sat down and read all the facts. Also, I bought Unlimited Saga and Romancing Saga on the PS2 based on my love of it, and they're both fucking impossible to surmount messes of a game. So, that, yeah, but
I'm glad you have a good answer with such conviction behind it.
I may have mentioned it once or twice in Tenfei videos that I love that game.
I feel bad because I'm trying to think my hardest, and I think I have one, but I'm not sure if it's a bad game so much as it just like it just kind of got brushed under the rug because it was on the GameCube.
Well, say it.
Geist.
People hate Geist.
Really?
Geist is really fucking good.
I know. But every Geist, you say the word Geist, the Pavlovian response is, "Oh, you possess a bowl of dog food." That's all I know about the game, and that's all 95% of people know about the game. So sell it to us, justify it.
Well, like, the whole game is, like, it's
balls hard.
Yeah, it's hard, and, like, the game itself is pretty interesting. Like, I mean, it's GameCube, so, I mean, you're not expecting the top-tier graphics and all that shit, and animation is look kind of blocky sometimes. But, like, the fact that you're separated from your body and, like, this weird, like, crazy fucking, like, it's kind of like alchemy or some shit.
Some weird experiment, and you get fucking torn out of your body. And you're
bound to a suit of armor.
No, you're bound to
bringing
being
your
a
mother
ghost.
back to life. Fighting the 7 deadly sins.
But, like, you just go around and, like, you can possess objects, people, but in order to possess people, you have to have them spooked.
For some reason, you said that, I imagined Journey singing it. They were just going, objects, people. So, why haven't we played this game on the Tenfei channel?
That's a good question.
You never bring it up. When I'm like, hey, what game should we play? You're like, oh, fucking no.
Killing Floor.
We've never made a Killing Floor video.
YouTube channel.
And that was like something we said we were going to do way back in the day, but off Killing Floor.
A lot of people don't like Killing Floor because it's a Left 4 Dead ripoff.
Oh, I want to choke people who say that. Like, they just, I know what it is because I literally, I was the same. I was that person too. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you did love Left 4 Dead, and you still do, I imagine.
Yeah, I was literally playing Left 4 Dead a lot, and I was like, all right, I'm playing this Killing Floor demo real quick. It's right now is a free weekend on Steam because thank you Steam. And I saw the first thing I saw was like a bloat, and I saw he walked up to me and threw up on me. I'm like, this game is Left 4 Dead ripoff. What the hell? They just had a fat guy throw up on me. No other game's allowed to do that. What the hell, guys? And then I realized, I'm like, this is a lot of fucking fun, and the guns feel good, and holy shit, this Patriarch is shooting a rocket launcher at me. This guy's got blenders on his hands!
So, how long did you have to play Killing Floor before it clicked and became a game you love?
Honestly, I had probably about the second time I played it on that same free weekend, where I was like, maybe I'll come back to this, because I think I was actually playing it for like 30 minutes, just playing solo, and I was like, I think I had to go, I think we went out to eat something. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, I'll give it another try. And then I was just like, okay. I don't know why I'm doing the controller hand motion. I was doing like that shit. Yeah. But I was like, okay. Alright, sharpshooter, I'm using...
Well, now it looks like you're just being a DJ.
Yeah.
So you were playing the game with the DJ Hero controller. Maybe that's why you didn't like it at first.
Yeah, then I used the mouse and keyboard and I was like, holy shit, I'm kicking ass.
You were doing the I'm Reloading remix.
And then just like, I would see like the little pop-up at the bottom that's like, you leveled up your sharpshooter to this. And I'm like... And I got that level up high, and I had to keep going.
I can't imagine you at level 0 with all the classes.
At one point, I was bad at that game. At one point, I wasn't an unstoppable monster, but I can't
Are you self-taught, or did you become part of the community?
It was self-taught.
Is there there's got to be a Killing Floor wiki, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's a wiki for fucking everything.
There's no Tenfei wiki.
It's
well, people need to get on that shit.
God damn it.
It's self-taught, but there's also a map I downloaded that's like a test map, and you can literally spawn.
You cheated and trained up your levels.
No,
you spawned clot after clot and headshot them. I knew it. I always knew it.
Yes.
I secretly knew it.
I didn't even download the map until after I got level 6 with everything anyway. As after like my first 700 hours in, as I'm approaching almost 1,000 now.
Alright, so Garrett's answer was Killing Geist. What you got for us, Noah?
I don't fucking know. I would literally have to go and stare at all of my games to actually figure out ones that I fucking love that people hate. But like, the only ones I can think of that like I enjoy that most people just kind of are like, this is dumb, whatever. Like, I really liked the 2010 Prince of Persia.
The one they based the movie on, or the one with the cell shading?
The cell shading one, because it looks super fucking nice.
One where you can't die?
You can't die, air quotes. Because, I mean, it basically, instead of saying, oh, you died, just reload you at this checkpoint, they just have the female character just pull you out of a hole, basically. It's like, hey, you fucked up.
Son, David Cage must love that game, because it has no game over.
No game over, yeah.
It didn't fail game design.
Yeah. But it was really fucking fun, and it looked super, super nice. Like, I fucking love the art style of that game. It will never get a sequel. So, there's that, and, like, the only other one that really jumps to mind was, we talked about it yesterday, but fucking, I really like the Golden Sun games.
Golden Sun?
Oh.
Golden Sun? How many of them are there?
There's 3 Golden Sun games. I've only played the first 2 on the Game Boy Advance.
Don't you use, like, a password to...
You can either, use, like, a long-ass password if you wanted to, like, transfer all your shit from the first game to the second, or you can, link them with, like, a Game Boy Advance link cable and the 2 Game Boy Advances.
Yeah, when I got my GBA, my Frost, I think that was the name, it was the white one.
Yeah.
I got it for Christmas the year it came out, and the 2 games I got with it were Oracle Seasons, which is technically a Game Boy Color game, but I played it more, and Golden Sun. And I played Golden Sun for a few hours, but it was just so many JRPG cliches that I got tired of it.
It's pretty generic, but, like, I really I like the way the Jin system worked.
I like the way the battles look, with your character standing at, like, an angle from the guys.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about the game most is the fact that, like, your main bro, like, your bro character is literally a redheaded kid named Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Garret.
Yeah.
Your name in when we play Brawl?
Yeah.
Is it Golden Sun that I'm remembering where one of your moves says it's a powerful blow that could cleave a stone? Is that from Golden Sun?
I think so.
I feel like one of the Jin's powers or something.
I think so. I think that's like one of the special, basically like the HM moves that you can get.
And there was something about a lighthouse, and there was these 2 Team Rocket evil people.
Yeah, because basically you had like these two. The first game they had like this Team Rocket kind of team. The second game they have another one that's like related because they're like dragging people from the Northern Wastes or whatever.
My God.
And there's like these special lighthouses that have like the 4 like orbs of the elements or whatever that you have to keep from getting fucking
Final
destroyed.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Am I remembering correctly? You could hold a button on the walking around parts, and the main character would hold his hand out, and it would go woo woo and do stuff.
You
like
had,
in the
you
environment.
could read people's minds when you had
because they each had like different special abilities, and I think like the air person could like read people's minds.
He's an assist trophy, isn't he? And he shoots like a giant golden hand out that pushes people off the stage.
That's the main character.
That's
Isaac.
the main character from the first one, Isaac.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that can read people's minds? I think he's like a hermit or something.
I don't fucking remember.
He looks very effeminate.
Alex. There's a bunch of them. I can't remember like anybody's fucking name in that game anymore. But I fucking loved those games. I like one of my favorite parts is the beginning of the second game because it picks up like right where a little bit before the end of the first game, where like part of a continent just kind of falls off and floats and hits another continent. But you pick yourself up and it's like, all right, let's check to make sure you're okay. Left arm, and like you hit like check, and like he'll shake your left arm, and he's like, okay. Right arm, okay, and then you just you shake your legs and stuff like that. All right, you're all in one piece. Time to get going. And you have to go and fucking find the rest of your teammates.
All right. So yours was Golden Persia, Prince of Golden Sun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nobody else has sent us a letter. I sent out another plea for letters. So A while back, I started an ask.fm, so ask.fm/tenfey, for people to ask us questions, and then while we were recording our gameplay videos for YouTube, we would answer them. So I'm going to pick one of these that's kind of long, and we'll just use that as a question.
Why are you a butt?
Yeah. If you were a butt or a dick, would you fuck yourself in your own butt with your own dick? And I'm like, what? So James asked, most of these are anonymous, but some of them are from people with names. So James asked, you're about to be turned into an inanimate object for a year by a moderately evil wizard. You will maintain consciousness during this year, and the memories of what happened during the year. Because he is only moderately evil, the wizard lets you choose which object. What have you been turned into? So I'll go first while y'all think. I would get turned into a Roomba, the little vacuum robots, and I would just, cruise around a room biding my time. I might passive-aggressively hit people in the ankles, or run the dogs, or let cats ride on me, because that's what Roombas do. But I would wait for that one day where they left the door open and didn't think about it while I was running. And I'd bust out and then strike it out on my own as a Roomba living a dream.
What about your charging station?
Oh,
just go till you can't go no more. Can't stop, won't stop.
I'm sure I could vacuum up batteries, and that's how it works. I could vacuum up glow-capped mushrooms, because they make your batteries recharge when you eat them. Paramedic told me so.
God damn it. It just turns into Chibi Robo.
I've never played that.
Neither have I.
Was it an American release?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he like a vibrator?
He's basically like a little, Roomba.
Well, then what game am I thinking of where you're a little robot that looks like a dildo and you run around and you're like, hey, Blue, clean up the desks?
I think you're making that up.
I saw it on V, so it might not be something that's real. Any ideas?
An airplane.
Airplane? That is an inanimate object. I guess.
That's a little... Alright.
That's a fucking airliner, son.
That's a little grandiose, but I can definitely see that.
You get
the travel.
But what if you're like a shitty JetBlue airline that only goes between Salt Lake City and like Dixburg, Pennsylvania?
No, I could be any fucking thing I wanted, so I could be...
Well, he is a moderately evil wizard. He may put some strange, horrible,
fuck that guy.
monkey's paw shit on this.
I crashed myself into him.
Oh, God. Never forget.
I'm still thinking.
Garrett, you take too long.
Well, I'm trying to think of something
It's a stupid internet question, and we're stupid internet people, so give a stupid internet answer.
I want to be a rock.
Did you mean Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
He's not an inanimate object, but yes.
Become a folding chair that Dwayne The Rock Johnson uses.
Oh,
yes,
shit,
perfect.
you get fucking wrecked.
I just get broken in half. I'm like, just kill me. I wonder if I get turned after that year. I'm in the dumpster, and I'm in about to get compacted, and then the wizard's like, "All right, your time's up," and it snaps me back, and my arm, I'm just a fucked up human. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then I get crushed.
A fucked up human.
This got dark. Garrett gets compacted in the fucking trash dump because I wanted to be a folding chair. It's not a rock.
You could be one of the ones over in Ben's closet over there.
Then one of you fuckers would sit on me.
Yep.
Oh, God. And most of them were broken. And then, hey, you get your revenge, though, because when you sit in those chairs for more than 10 minutes, your fucking ass bone hurts. So that could be your horrible revenge.
I'm just like, oh, as you're sitting on me.
Here's Ask If Him has a question of the day, so let's just answer it. What makes you feel like a boss?
So, on wave 10 of 10, on Suicidal as a berserker.
So every game of Killing Floor you play?
Yes. Easy.
Garrett playing Killing Floor, everyone else is a red shirt, and Garrett is Picard with Kirk on his shoulders.
Fucking platinuming or pure platinuming, like any fucking fight scene in a platinum game.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I've done that a couple
Because
times.
whenever I watch you play this game, you're terrible and bad.
Well, I just started replaying Bayonetta too, so...
You didn't get stone or rock or whatever?
No, this time I haven't gotten below a gold so far, so...
Alright.
But it's like the beginning of the game, so it's gonna go downhill quick.
The next day, I'm gonna play the Bayonetta Pebble.
Yeah, it's fucking stone, just Enzo, every time.
One of my favorite things to do that makes me feel like a boss is I'll play Dark Souls, and I'll just make a character, usually a deprived, and I just run forward and get out of the asylum, and then I just love to run past every enemy, straight to the Taurus demon, punch him in the nuts, and then run past everything, not even killing a single enemy, and just run and kill the bell gargoyles, and then pretend I beat the game. It's so much fun. Of course, I'll get hit, and I'll just scream from software and explode.
And then shoot
in
your
anger.
fucking PS3 with a shotgun, or Xbox, whatever one you happen to be playing on.
And you might not know this, here's a pro tip for Dark Souls. An enemy's most powerful ability in Dark Souls is the fact you can't run through them. So if they get in front of you in a doorway, especially all the draglings in the top of the cathedral, the like 15 of them with the fucking Chandler doing the YMCA dance. Woo! Fucking Chandler up there doing his Luigi Superstar Saga idle animation, and they're all buff.
Yeah,
and one of them gets in your way, and then just 20 of them on you in a barn.
I love that no matter what, like, there was one right here.
Yeah, the jackal.
There's one blocking you, and you're about to go swing, and the second you do, all of them do that fucking jump attack immediately. They're like, do it now! And they just jump on top of you.
Or the Dragling's most powerful attack, where they just run at you crazy, going, "Argh!"
Yeah.
They're really the most dangerous enemy in that whole fucking game. And then when they get torches, or when they're full of crystals, my god.
When they get torches, have you seen that thing where it's leaving the bonfire, leaving the depths bonfire, where he's literally at that, you know, that long hole with like the one dredging with a torch?
Yeah.
And like it just shows him like turning around slightly, and then he just goes into loses shit mode and just runs directly at him down the hall and fucks him up on New Game Plus, and he dies. And it's like leaving the bonfire. God
damn. And if you're not careful, a slug falls on your head.
And then you're just like, I have to. It's not going to kill me. You're just literally making me wait this long. You're just mashing every button as you wait to throw a pyromancy at that fucker.
I got grabbed and chewed on by an enemy that I didn't even realize did that. I think it was the centipede demon. I was fighting him, and he grabbed me and like started fucking chewing on me, and I was like, I didn't even know you did this. Yeah. I usually kill you so fast. Sometimes you can bring Solaire in there.
I think it's just dirty.
And he's like, oh, senpai, the lava, like my son, and he runs in it, and I'm like, Solaire, no!
Solaire, please! And then he's immediately covered in sunlight maggots.
He's just 40 of them. Just leave him there with his sunlight maggot. Leave him there with his son. Do you want to answer another one?
Up to you.
Let's see.
You're leading the shit show.
I am. I'm the host. Welcome to the Tenfei podcast. If what this is. It's not even a joke.
For once.
Alright, here's a good one. You can live in any video game you want, but you are sent there as you are now, no powers or anything. What game would you choose? Now, this is, once again, I'll go first. Well, I've already read all these, so I have an answer in my head, so this gives you a chance to answer easily. I mean, a moment I read this question, immediately answer Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I get a house, and I get to do my favorite thing ever, which is rearrange my furniture. I fucking love doing that. I'd just be I'd be spinning couches and beds all fucking day.
But you're as you are, so you'll probably be fucking massive, and you can't. You're a human. You can't just.
It's to scale. You're going to be a character in that game. They're just saying you're not being sent in the game to become Super Saiyan.
You're not the main character.
Yeah. So I would live in that town, and the best part is you can just ignore your neighbors. But if you do go to talk to them, they just talk about food and shit. They're like, "Hey Ben, do you like teriyaki pizza?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I will eat the fucking shit out of a teriyaki pizza," and I just grab them around the neck.
You just grab a fucking squirrel man by the face.
And he's like, "Yo, do you like the lift?" And I'm like, "Shut up, net!" And I just start hitting him. And then if you know you need food or money, you just shake trees all day, every day.
I do that enough as it is, though.
I actually checked on my.
You can design your own clothes, and they always fit. Ah, good times.
Yeah.
No responsibilities. Even if you're the mayor.
She really
What's her name? Isabel? Is that
her?
I don't even remember her name. I remember Shizu. Is that her Japanese name?
It's Isabel.
She has a different name in the Japanese version.
The Japanese version.
You just go to town hall, and she's like, "Oh, Mayor Senpai, did you notice that you're mayor today? Are you going to do work?" I'm like, "No."
I actually read probably something that actually made me feel bad about not playing Animal Crossing. Like, it was Isabel, like, sending a letter.
I saw that when she's sending a letter to, like, the mayor when she's a Pokemon trainer or something.
And then she's like, you playing Legend, you're being a hero and everything.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. And it's like, don't forget, this is always your home. And I was like, oh, God. I'm gonna cry.
Best Isabel comic ever is the one with her making the paw print wallpaper. And she's like, I made you a wallpaper. And you can never sell that wallpaper. You have to keep it forever. Do both of you have your paw print wallpaper?
I don't remember.
I immediately put it in. Like, I was like, I want modern. I got modern. I just put it in the dresser. It's just there.
That's another thing. You have so much storage. You put refrigerators.
I filled my storage up fucking instantly.
I could go to the Hootenanny. What is the name of the fuck? Brewster's.
Hootenanny. Why is that not a character yet?
I could go there every day and just joke with Brewster. I'm like, I think I'll let it chill. And he's like, ooh. And I'm like, just kidding. Scalding hot coffee down the throat.
All over your face. And he's like, oh. And you're like, I need to go
I'm
to
laying
the
on the ground
hospital.
screaming, my throat blistering. And he's like, dude.
Very good.
Any dry roids there, sir?
And you go to talk to Blaz. I'm like, hey, tell me about this bug. And I'm like, I fucking hate bugs.
I just throw them. I'd run there every day, armful of bugs, and throw them on Blathers. And he'd be like, whoo!
Just screaming. You should just put like one bug beside him when he's sleeping and he wakes up and he sees it and loses his mind.
Pitfall traps. I'd build a terrifying maze of deception through the village.
You're like, hey, Mayor Coon, come visit me. And then he just starts getting stuck.
What if in like the next Animal Crossing, they give villagers the power to actually manipulate the village like you do? Like cut down and plant trees and shit.
Oh, God.
You're like, I get this
Well, they
orchard.
can already do that with their fucking houses.
You have one perfect strand.
Yes, I saw that. It was like streamed directly
I
up.
was
I'm like,
excited. Alright, that was plenty of time. One of you two have to answer the damn question.
I don't know. I got caught up in Animal Crossing.
yeah.
Animal Crossing is the perfect world. It is. There's nothing better. Even if they made Super Hand Job Adventure, I wouldn't want to live in that world. I want to live in Animal Crossing.
It'd get boring after a while.
Like that picture of the guy sitting on the throne. Do you remember that picture?
Yeah, it's like, I'm bored.
He's like, I'm bored.
I'm thinking.
Am I going to have to edit a long, dramatic pause
I
out
don't
of the
know,
podcast? Just think of some worlds that aren't shitty to live in. Anything.
There's quite a few that are shitty to live in.
Live in Rogueport.
Would I be the one 3D pig disgusting?
No, you're a character in that game.
Okay.
I want to see Paper Garrett.
Paper Garrett.
Super Paper Garrett.
I would totally do that.
You
Then
could have...
what would I would live in Twilight Town, but I wouldn't turn into a pig because I'm special. I'm special because I'm a human and everyone else there is like a Twilly or something. That's Twilight Princess.
Oh god, you wandered into the woods and became a Stalfos.
Oh god.
Oh, shit.
I would live in Twilight Town because
Clocktown wouldn't be too bad.
I thought you just
Town?
Yeah. Minus the whole moon thing. That's after Link gets done with that shit.
Yeah, maybe. Really?
Get hit on the chick at the front desk of the mayor's office.
Who,
then you go. Didn't you see that guy? That fucking
Who's she in Ocarina of Time? Or is she in Ocarina of Time?
She's in she's the Bomb Chew King.
Oh, that woman, the super drugged out woman that's like laying her head on the desk.
Yeah.
No,
She's like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bomb chews?" And she's like,
Or fucking Outset.
Outset Island?
Yeah, not Outset. Fucking Windfall.
Windfall.
Go hang out with the guy who runs the game.
Oh, with his cardboard cutout
Yeah.
face.
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing bad ever happens on fucking
If you
Windfall.
lived in Wind Waker World, though, there are giant Octoroks, and they exist.
Oh, you're right. If you try and go in
But
the,
I'm
in
just
the
gonna
water,
stay on Windfall. Nobody ever leaves Windfall except for Link and the
The
pirates.
first time I played Twilight Princess, nobody told me there were giant Octoroks. And I was just sailing, like, the beginning of the game, and I was like, hey, look, seagulls. And that thing came out of the water. I don't think I've ever been so terrified.
there was,
in a
and
video
all of a
game.
sudden it gets all stormy, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm
And
like,
I didn't have
Jesus.
anything to fight him with.
Jesus
I just
Christ.
had to watch slowly as the boat was pulled into him, and I was like, why?
God,
Shigeru
He's
Miyamoto!
just rolling in his grave.
Oh, 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 oh!
That jealous fucker.
The jealous wonder, Shigeru Miyamoto.
But yeah, I think those are my answers.
Okay. So, we'll get to the... we should do a lot of the podcasts I listen to do a question of the week. People contribute, we read answers. Do you want to try to do that? Do you think it's too much, too little, too late?
We've answered a bunch of questions.
No, I mean, we ask a question.
Oh.
We pose a question to the listener.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be a nice way to round it out.
Well, ask a question, Garrett.
This is
How
your
do you all draw so fucking good? Well,
That's very specific.
well, some people could think that like I draw pretty good. I just haven't drawn them fine art yet.
Yes. You draw pretty good. I've seen you draw. You have books in your room that are art related.
Your fucking
Some of
Solid
them.
Snake was pretty good.
Before
they killed,
Snake
Oh,
did you see about Swap Note? It was
Yeah.
too full of dicks, and they had to like do something about it.
yeah, they've brought it down. They brought down Street spot pass right now. You can still do street pass and shit.
Right now, I thought they just killed
So
it. I
you
thought they
could
took
run
out the back
around
with a shotgun.
blasting
No.
dicks point blank, but you can't send the dicks over the internet.
Point blank dicks.
Like, you can still use swap mode and shit like that. You just can't fucking do it over, like... I can't send Ben or you one from my house anymore. At least not right now until they figure out some sort of,
I miss your
Why not
swap
just
notes,
take-
Noah. They were the reason I made videos. Was every video I made, Noah would send me a swap note based on it, and it was the golden age.
Because you would beg me for one.
Because it was the only thing, it was the only appreciation I had.
Oh, jeez. Well, now you have plenty of art from, like, the Empire and shit.
I know, they
Yeah.
took over for you. You're lucky,
Yeah.
slacker.
Yeah.
You hired them.
Maybe I did.
They're really two secret Russian
just-
immigrants.
You've been,
They're like, Dad, Noah.
Oh, poor X.
you're just throwing all your money at them. You're like, I don't have enough money to pay rent, but I need to satisfy Ben or he's gonna get sad.
I need to satisfy Ben or he's gonna get sad.
Ugh.
That's the truth. We just got a tweet from Axiel that said he doesn't have anything to write a letter about, so thanks, Axiel. You made the podcast so great.
Enjoy your pumpkin mask, you
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, he's living high in the hog over there.
Alright, what's coming up this week? You two don't do internet things. If Garrett didn't record or stream any of that 9 hours of payday, so none of you will ever get to see that.
We did so well too.
Yeah,
We were talking. We did a perfect frame.
Not
And
one
it didn't
single
record-
mess
it did-
up.
Yeah.
You really should start making videos, Garrett. They would be very popular. Your gameplay is so fucking riveting.
I don't understand.
I wish I could live in. I should have became an object in your room so I could just watch you play games all the time.
You would just see me watch.
With your dick.
Ugh.
If I was that talented, I would want the world to know too.
So
I could play video games with my penis.
there's that game on the Vita that you have to touch the bottom of it, and Penny Arcade did the comic where Gabe's using his dick to do it. On the Tenfey channel this week, we are, as soon as this podcast is done, we're going to record some more Red Dead Undead Nightmare and Metroid Prime, so you have that to look forward to. I plan on streaming more Resident Evil Remake. I might do that tonight, since Garrett says he doesn't want to hang out with me and play video games. So, you have that to look forward to. I still need to edit and upload part 2, which neither of you have seen, because you weren't there for the stream.
No.
Maybe
So,
today
Because I
we'll be there
fucking
for the
blacked
stream.
out.
You didn't see my intense Plant 42 fight. It's such effort. Wow, such Barry.
Yeah.
Much flamethrower. Wow, V-Jolt. So you have that to look forward to. Maybe I'll record more Ramza?
Whenever you finish
Secrets and
that.
lies.
It is serious. I'm just going to beat Skyrim. I'll upload more Ramza once I beat Skyrim.
No.
It's gonna take a while.
I was talking to Hosher the other day. He's disappointed that there's no more homes.
No more Ramza. There is so
that's
much
another
Ramza. It's just I'm like Prince. I make all these secret videos and don't release them. But secretly, I want to get Ramza done. I want to start uploading it. It'll be great. I don't even remember half the ones I've recorded because it's been so long. I've been recording it over months. I have a busy schedule of being sad and belligerent. I can't record videos when I'm sad, or else we get OMGX.
God damn.
All right, so we've been going.
It wasn't
for-
really all that bad.
We're past an hour and a half. People are tired of listening to us. So we're going to end the first episode. I think we did good. We talked about a lot of stuff.
We did.
We shared some stories. Shared some laughs. Good old time.
It was a good old time.
So everyone who listens, I'm going to upload this to YouTube as a YouTube video so people can just watch it on there. I'll try to find a website that can host it as like an MP3. I'm sure there are ones that do that for free, right? Maybe. How do y'all host y'all's podcast?
Pay for it.
Oh shit. Well, maybe no one will ever get this. We just got breaking news. We just got a letter from Luther that says, "Why is Noah so Baka Gaijin?"
Oh god.
Noah, you a straight Baka. All you had to do is follow the magnetic bullet train. to
We'll
Mount
answer that
Fuji.
next time.
Oh god damn.
Next time on Tenfey Podcast.
Who wants to pick? We're going to go out with video game music when I'm editing this. So, someone pick a good video game song, and we'll go out on it. Something from a game you've been playing this week. You've been playing Bayonetta?
I have been playing Bayonetta.
You want to go out and fry me to the moon?
Sure. We
All
can do the Friday to the Moon.
So, Noah, the Baka, fry to the moon. We're going to head on out.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, god damn it, why do I let you talk me into shit?